Hello, greetings. This is me again, Zahra Jawad. This could be something boring for you, like someone said earlier on my live stream. Then this is not for you. Uh, so, and please be kind and gentle when you can. Uh, hope you can. I hope you're not in my condition. I became like a mad, restless person. You see, so thinking of a Shia who had come to help from, I found him on Desi Chat, right? And okay, I'm going to be slow and all this. Um, so I was thinking of that, and recently listening to the about the Muslim non-Shia Sharia from Lloyd's excellent, outstanding with Dr. Mr. J on P-Fender. Made me really scared and sick. I felt so sick that you can lie. Muslims can lie and kill, but lie to such an extent. Hope you can hear me. I cannot be, I can't talk faster. Can't talk faster, you see, and I make mistakes. But I have to do this. So whoever is interested and has a passion for this, it's not very, it's not quite interesting here. And it is heart wrenching. My story, my life story. So a Shia came, Sayyid Shia Yusuf Zaidi. I hate him. I'm going to be very honest about it. I hate that Shia Sayyid who went to London. I have a feeling that he was bribed. And you see how we as Shias start to believe in the Sayyids of Pakistan or elsewhere, Shia Sayyids, especially the Pakistani Sayyids, Shia Sayyids. There's so much corruption there, even in their family. Like Yusuf Zaidi told me, you know, and we have our share of hypocrites, like Yusuf Zaidi shared his stories with me about hypocrites in Shia Islam too. That does not mean you go killing them, because the Sunni Muslims also have it. So this is not for someone to harm the Shias or for the Sunnis to have a field day on this or even, you know, start harming them in any way. Not only a field day, but you're not supposed to harm. I mean, if this was, if I had any say in this, I would not allow people to harm others. So, anyways, we believe that Shia Islam was the one that could save us and save Pakistan also, but we never imposed it on the Sunni Muslims, as they have been imposing it on us and killing, breaking the morale of the Shia Muslims in Pakistan, genocide, killing them against the minorities, even the Ahmadis. So one such mistake I made. So we don't do this as a Sunni, as a Shias. Okay, so I may not even be able to uh, properly bring in my case and talk about it and explain my case. I have a condition. I have psychological and physical impediments. So please bear with me. I would kindly bear with me. I would be much obliged, much appreciated if you would bear with me. So silence Maybe boring to some people, a pause, a silent moment. For me, it's not boring. I need to get my energy and all this. So I might forget later on to speak about this. That's why I came here. My situation is such condition that I don't know. I'm every day like wishing to die or all that, right? Shia Sayyid, he got what he wanted. He got the girl. He got the country he wanted to go to, London, UK, city he wanted to go to. He got everything. So I think um, we should not depend on others, even Sayyid Shias of Pakistan. One Sayyid Shia after another could not help, could not help, and the situation was worse. So thank God you have not been through it. Whoever was Vegeta or who came here in my previous live stream saying that people think you're boring. I know. Maybe I should also thank you for making me realize that people also would. Many people are going for the clubs and modeling shows and all this. So this is a religious and a condition of one person. You might not be, it might be very, very boring for you. And there's no way that you are in an occupation here. So earning money, you see? So it may be all the more boring since money is a motivation for many. Many are in the capital system, happy with it, working and earning. It's a way of life. If you don't earn, it's also survival now. It's become for survival, you have to have a job and keep it. So this money is the incentive, money is the motivation. Without money, you can't buy anything. So I know very well also that in my weakness, that money is very important. Money is essential. Money is an incentive and money is a motivation. So who will be interested in my case about this? Very few people and very few people have subscribed to me. I'm surprised that I have 247 subscribers here. I started with no subscribers and I was subscribing to people who had like in thousands, millions subscribers, right? Like that. Okay, so please let me take a deep, let me just, I sometimes can't even breathe deeply. So we thought that Shias would save, and it took years and years for me to realize. So this is about to how angry I am, my personal feelings for a Shia Sayyid and for this religion. That this you can say that it is a sectarian thing. God knows what you will be saying here to me on your own. Like we think that people. It's like I was giving a cousin of mine example that the spectators in a cricket match or any match they do their commentaries. Oh, he should have hit it like this. Oh, that person should have, the bowler should have bowled like this, the fielder should have fielded like this. So I have found in my life that there are many people, or people, at least they exist, many or few, that they like to do commentary on other people's lives and they think they know about other people's lives, but little do they know about their own lives. So this I didn't like. So I realized many things in my life, experiencing them. One thing I realized that even Shia Islam is not going to save you. Maybe you think that Shia Islam will save you. There are people suffering, and uh, I was waiting, and then some Shia would tell me to hold on to this religion. This is a test from Allah, a test from Allah. So, anyways, um, I did my research. I started to, because I'm the kind of person, my passion is, and thank God, God and the comfort, well, what comfort is there for me here? My whole body is hurting, so there's no comfort. But I now internet, the knowledge is on our fingertips. We want a Quran ayat, we can Google search it. That doesn't mean I'm toying with the Quran ayats, Google searching and give, and if you're a Muslim, if you're going to come here and think like that, then let me tell you that in Surah Allah, some verse number says that we will make it easy for you, the easy way. And what about the kunut dua we say in the prayers 5 times obligatory when we raise our hand? Huh? Make, oh Allah, make our lives in this world and the hereafter beautiful, full of happiness, right? And save us from the fire of hell. So I've got all these Shia thoughts that would be, you would want to hit me with. It is a test. Even the Imams went through it. Not only Imam Hussein, but Imam Sajjad. Thereafter, Imam Muhammad Baqir, the son of Imam Sajjad, was in Karbala, but he was too small to go to, and somehow God saved him. Too small to go to the battlefield or something like that. Things like that. And then thereafter, Imam Musa Kazim was in jail for 14 in a cell that Caliph, Umayyad Caliphate put him in. Umayyad or Abbasid Caliph. Harun al-Rashid, Harun Abbasi. Then his son, Imam Raza, was poisoned by his, Harun al-Rashid's son, Mamun al-Abbasi. Mamun Abbasi, we call him. So all this that the Imam suffered, and it's a life of sufferings. You have to go, it's challenging. You have to go through the pain and all that. But I never saw a Muslim, like I could never believe that a Muslim would be testing another Muslim. But we have that too, and we have in it, we have in the Shias too. Shia Muslims testing Shia Muslims, like the one I got, Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi. You see, he thought he knew he was a Sayyid and he had a lot of information. He was much younger to me. He was 19 or 21 when he became 21, I think, when he left for London. So I think he was 19, if I'm not mistaken. He came to me begging me to help him. Oh, yes, like that, so that he could help me. And he thought he knew a lot. So our lives would improve. But little yeah, this is the thing. What thing is this? You see, we think that our imams and their followers know everything. They can ruin lives. They don't know. They ruin lives. They can. And one did, Yusuf Zedi. He got the girl he wanted to marry. He went to London. He was bribed or something. I don't know what it was. So very dangerous. Certainty in knowledge. You think the Imams have told you, Prophet Muhammad has told you, and so, you can defend them and help others, but failure, disaster in my case. And I've seen others also suffering in Pakistan, Muslims suffering. So what does God say in the Quran, that if you do not help others, or if you do not improve your condition, God will not help you. So struggling to improve my condition at the same time, Pakistan's condition backfired. It backfired, and I became like this, very this thing, mentally ill and physically incapacitated. So I can only do this, and I'm not going to give in to the fear. Yes, I will be feeling scared. I don't want to be killed by a Pakistani. Anyways, many of my Shias were killed by Pakistani Muslims. This time, it makes me very, very angry. So whether it's in your Sharia that you can lie and you can, that hiyal that I learned, hiyal, you can contrive, you can connive, you can lie, all sorts of things against uh, non-Shias. Oh, non-Muslims, sorry, non-Sunni Muslims. And you can then even kill, and there's nothing on you. So I can understand that, like Dr. J, very knowledgeable, so I would call him Dr. J, on the P Fender channel. And Lloyd, Dr. Lloyd, I would call him. Maybe even if the universities have not given them this title, I would give them this title because self knowledge, great knowledge by their own, they've worked hard. And what an incentive it would be to, be self motivated. Uh, so they are doctors. And so what I learned was outrageous. And the information was given by Dr. Lloyd was outstanding on the Sharia, the Hanafi, and then the Shafis. First they resisted, then they accepted it. And you can see that video. It's from the P Fender. You see? So I will have to leave this to search for the title of the video. But right now, I'm not going to leave this. If you want to participate in a kind manner to help people, help me, make it interesting, as one had said, one had told me that this is boring. People say this is boring. So you may, you know, participate here, but please do it kindly and understand another person's position, condition, things like that, right? There are people suffering. Um, so you could, if you want to say this is boring, can you please rephrase it? Or people think this is boring. Can you say that? Is there a way, if I can, make this interesting for you, so you may learn? Um, so please be kind. Uh, so what do you have to lose to be good, to be kind to a person? So yes, I also get angry and all this, and with the people that have had a bad experience, who have given me a hard time in life. And like when I heard about the Kashmiris, Kashmiri Muslims, um, so, and when I know about the Kashmiri, uh, yes, I went mad on YouTube channels. Are you a Kashmiri and what are you doing and all this? That I did. Now, if you want to get back at me, because one Kashmiri long time ago at the gate of my college, St. Joseph's College, told me that I'm an Irani, I can do this. And then against Hindus, they play the victim, right? Ambar Ayub. I know the name of this person. She's a model. She was a model in Pakistan. Her sister was too, Anita Ayub. So I had nothing to do with her. She was a student at that time in St. Joseph's College. And at the gate, she's asked me where I'm from and what. So when I told her that a part of me, part of my blood is Irani, because my mother's mother was Irani, she told me that Iranis अपनी माँ बहनों को नहीं छोड़ते हैं. You know that in Urdu is very vulgar, and it means a vulgar thing. And I've had, my grandmother long time ago had this Kashmiri servant, and his family would come and all this, and uh, not very trustworthy people. We can live it. So when you yourselves are not good, why do you point fingers at others? So no, but if something wrong has happened to you, then do some there must be another way. But to generalize about all Hindus is wrong. So in my math state, I was like, if you're a Kashmiri Muslim, don't come here. And I used to, go to the what triggered it. So my madness is there. Now, if you are as mad as me, then you can come and say things here. Or you want to get it back at me for what I've said against Kashmiri Muslims, you can come and say things to me here. So this is the time when, after a fearful day, watching the video of Lloyd and on P. Fenders about the Sharia, and Imam Ghazali's book on that, how you can lie and all this, trick people. And there's a thing called hayal, right? You can. So thanks to much grateful to uh, Dr. Lloyd on P. Fender, and what knowledge they're giving us and what truth they're giving us. So I felt like I was dying. Part of me, maybe a chunk of me died inside. We can't even search the truth, share the truth. If we find it contrary, the truth, evidence contrary to Prophet Muhammad and Islam, we can't share it. So scared. And such a world. Already I lost my balance. I felt like a part of me would die if I didn't come here sharing and showing you um, my side, how I see the Quran ayats and how you should live. And also when I realized that even Shia Islam cannot save us. It took a lot. I cannot express in words here properly. Took a lot from my life. Today that Shia Sayyid is in London. He's married to the cousin he wanted to marry. A childhood, he fell in love with her. There was another one, another Sayyid cousin who loved her, but he had to leave her. And stories like that I was told by Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi, and he's gone to London. And imagine his mother was like, when I thought, what shall I do? Shall I go back to London? Uh, so she was talking to me on this box, right? This MSN Messenger or Yahoo Messenger. And she was like, as you wish, as you wish. My goodness. You know what that means? As you wish. And we were told that we can't say anything to the Sayyids even, Shia Sayyids. If we do, we'll be ruined. So they can come and they think they know our lives. So please listen to me here. If you are interested in this, I might not be able to explain everything in one go because I'm not also not prepared for this and also not well. But if I can get to your hearts, enough is enough for me. And if you understand what my heart is trying to tell you, how my heart is trying to reach out to you, then I'm so like, that what would it do? It would save you. Because, anyways, for me, life is about telling the truth and living the truth, not a lie. Uh, so, I mean, I could talk about the Sharia. I don't know much, and I don't know how to express myself and explain myself. You can go to Lloyd's, P. Fenders, and listen to Lloyd and Dr. Lloyd on this. So, thing is that, you're going to say, but that's for the Sunni Muslims, and we are Shias. So please respect our imams and all this. But you know what? Maybe you don't know that there have been people in Pakistan suffering, Shia Muslims, and they think this is, we will be martyrs, like I used to think. At times I used to get angry at that Shia Sayyid who came to separate me from Mrs. Munira Gulzar, my principal that I loved a lot. And there could have been, I felt there was reincarnation. You see, they themselves don't know. I read a book, I'm not going to name the alim who wrote this book, that there's Rijal, resurrection in Islam, but there's no, um, what do you call it, reincarnation, because the body. Uh, so he gave an example from, I think, of the Bani Israel in Surah Baqarah. I'm not sure if it's in Surah Baqarah, the ayat, that they were running away from the battlefield and God killed them, gave them, they died. It was like a wrath on them because they were running away and they were supposed to fight or something like this. Anyways, they died and then God gave them life again in the same body. But to have life, to have this transmigration of the soul, even my Shia Alim has written long time ago in his book that no. And then on the other hand, nothing is impossible for God. If I, as far as I can remember, I think he writes, is there to defend the Shia side of it, Rijal and resurrection, and also the Islamic side of it, where in the Quran we are told these people of Bani Israel, the children of Israel, life was given to them. They died, but their bodies did not rot. So they were given life again in the same body, right? So this religious scholar, very high religious scholar, I got his book in my hands. I bought it. So he's there. He says, "Is it impossible for God to do anything?" But on the other hand, reincarnation in Shia Islam also, like because does you see the impossibility of the soul coming in another body, being uh, a body being reborn, and the soul coming back in that body is impossible. And let's say if I was that high of a speaker and knowledgeable, and you know, I could explain to you, and I had even if I had knowledge of the soul, which in the Quran it says no, little knowledge have you of the soul, right? It is by the command of Allah, but little knowledge do you have of the soul. So if I tell you that I was, let's say, a very simple example, that I was hypnotized, and of course, through the soul, I spoke, right, under hypnosis, when the mind, the right and wrong mind, uh, is asleep, and that soul takes over. And so the soul speaks out. You won't believe me because you would look at Surah Taha ayat and say that, oh, the what Samiri said, Al Samiri, that my soul enticed me to do. So that love for the cows he had. And so his soul enticed him. But who came to test him? Not Shaitan. Jibrail came to test him. Uh, Jibrail's horse came. Jibrail doesn't have wings. I don't know what it is in Islam, but we think we know. We think we know. Now there's another Saint Murad's uh, channel, with due respect to him. He says that, this cut off and this in Surah Qasr, Aramaic, it's all Aramaic. Some of the words are coming from Aramaic, and it's been Arabized, and we don't even know. So we don't even know what it is. We didn't know, but we made it seem like we knew. But the Shias are still going to stay away from that, and going to say that we have our imams, and we have their mausoleums. We have evidence in Karbala where Hazrat Abbas says two hands are. We have proof. So the Shias are not going to listen to Saint Murad. And I, having a lack of command over my English language, even Urdu, you see, I will not be able to explain here properly, professionally, succinctly, in a short video, show you, and then you know, I make short videos, and the Sunni Sharia someone who doesn't understand 1400 years and the conditioning from childhood, he can come and kill me, stab me to death multiple times. What would I can't, so I have to be very careful that I explain certain things, that it gets through. And if I don't, I will come back again and again in piecemeal, and due to my condition also. So I have to do this for my safety, because I don't want to be killed by another Pakistani just because I'm an apostate now, in wherever I am. So another thing is that I'm very scared of the Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi, who said that he has a secret mission, and he went to London. And today in the Muharram Majlis, I don't mean to attack my Shias, but there's a Majlis which says British Shias. And I said, oh God, help the British non-Shias and the non-Muslims. God help London. God help Britain. And it's my own Shia. And maybe he has nothing to do with Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi. No connection. So a little bit, I couldn't listen to his uh, video, a live stream. It was like from Crawley, or just for example, right? Shia Islam is spreading. Oh my God, I got scared. I felt sorry for the Britishers. I hope not. I hope that even Shia Islam doesn't, because then it all came back to me like how Sayyid Yusuf uh, also, messed up my condition and my life upside down, putting my whole life upside down, and telling me that I should do what I want. Is that, what I wanted was to bring down my desires to zero level, right? Curb my desires, like what I had told him. So he tells me, yes, yes, you do this, that you lessen your desires until it comes to zero. But for him to marry his cousin is halal, right? So in Islam, you can have your desires fulfilled according to the principles of Islam. But you're telling another person, when he was saying, why doesn't he say, no, in Islam, you can have some of your desires fulfilled? It's not like what Jesus Christ said, that a rich man, it's impossible for a rich man to go into heaven like it is for a camel to go through a needle's eye. Something to this effect in the Bible, Gospel. It is written, Jesus Christ has said, and I even saw it in Jesus of Nazareth, the movie. So he wouldn't say that to me, but to me he tells me, and because he could have said, he could have told me that look, in our Islam, we are allowed to have some of our desires fulfilled according to, like in the boundary, within the parameters of Islam, right? But it was really strange that to me he would say, coming to my place, sitting there in front of me, that yes, yes, you completely give up your desires like you have told me you should. And then when it came something about Shia Islam, or then he would say, no, in Shia Islam this and that. That's not fair, right? So for me, uh, the bottom line is that Shia Islam did not help me. Imams did not reach out on time. Imam Mahdi did not appear, did not help me like he helped Kulaini, giving him the Imam's sayings. So the book was compiled. It's called Kitab al Kafi. I besieged, I really, like in this voices, and I was doing, like it was too much. Oh God, what shall I do? Shall I wear an astronaut's uniform, clothes, to protect myself from this vibrational energy that's making me, I can't sleep, I can't lie down, I can't even contemplate, meditate. I can't breathe properly, like that in Karachi. Even now it's on me. So it comes back when there's a lot of stress on when I'm doing these live streams, and I make some also slip of tongue mistakes, words come out. So, like for surah, if I say in this ayat, an ayat, so I make these mistakes, right? It might not be, it might be not appeal to you. Not only is it boring, but I make these mistakes. Another thing is that Shias may think that, we've been tested. This is our test, and we are sabr, we are patient. Look, I lost my mother to emotional something. She was not guided properly, and she died. And she died in an accident. And I wanted a beautiful life for my mother, healthy life. My father, he wasn't much tested, but he called himself a true Shia, and us raw Shias, kacha, meaning not ripe. So he could go to majlises later on when we were quite in a terrible state. Our house was upside down after Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi had come, and saying that he will help us. So the Shias have their reasons, and then you're going to tell me that I'm being disrespectful to the Imams and all this. Please, it's high time now. For me, it is. I'm sorry if it is not for you, and you feel that you will like Imams. You're being tested, and patience is something that you should take. And हम लाशें उठाते रहेंगे पाकिस्तान में. मौलाना साहब said जाकिर in the majlis, हम लाशें उठाते रहेंगे. सुन्नीस आप हमें मारते रहें, हम लाशें उठाते रहेंगे. So I was thinking later on, like Someone said, His Highness Aga Khan, the Ismailis uh, are so organized. So the uh, so excuse me, lives. So, and these very Sunnis are going to tell us that we commit suicide. And they won't see those in Palestine who commit suicide, and our religious scholars have said, no, you don't do that. It's haram, right? But this is a suicide to go to majlises when you know that there's no security. They even go through the security if they provide security for us in our majlises, in our religious processions, Shia. Like the Sunni Muslims say that some of them say that they killed Imam Hussein, the Shias, and now they are crying, right? So every which way lose with them, every which way lose. And I'm not going to now give up. Is that given to the fear of your Sharia or your tricks or your lies that you are taught to say in debates, you're all the time in jihad against the others and me, apostate. And even if it's a Shia, I'm not going to give in. And I totally now disagree with you that, you know, respect the Imams and all this and don't say anything against this religion. When I see the truth, when I see the discrepancies, so anyways, I found out how do you know that you don't even know some of the words in the Quran are Aramaic through this new channel I found. What's his name? Saint Murad on YouTube. Where does that come from? And let's see, another thing I found out was Harun al Rashid from the Abbaside was a woman lover and all this. Then can someone explain to me if a Shia says that I'm wrong? How can I be wrong about this? Let me show you an ayat in Surah Azab verse. How can I be wrong about Surah Azab? No, I cannot be wrong. See, because no one told us, no Shia told us that this Quran was came from Aramaic language. Not even a Shia tells us. So if a Shia is going to say, what in the world is she saying? And what your right hands possess. Maybe someone wants to save Shia Islam by confusing us in this way, showing us that Sunni Islam doesn't stand a chance if you don't have an Imam with the Quran. So taqiyya everywhere, maybe. Look, Surah. No, these were slave girls, and Surah. If Harun uh, Rashid, Harun al-Rashid, was after women, Surah Azab. You're going to lie about this? How much covering will you do to save your imams even? I don't know where the person's coming from, sorry. and cognitive dissonance. You know, when I saw that मेरा तो ज़मीर हिल गया कि ऐसे आप झूठ बोल सकते हैं. ये क्या है? ख्याल. ख्याल है ना डॉक्टर लॉयड. Just like that. I don't know Dr. Lloyd, but just so here, not lawful to you are any additional women after this, nor is it for you to exchange them for other wives, even if their beauty were to please you, except what your right hand possesses. And ever is Allah over all things an observer. So trying to, let's say if, I'm just guessing. I, I know in Islam you're not allowed to guess, you're supposed to say Allah knows best. And you're not even allowed to share your doubts. Kufr hai. My aunt told me, kufr nahi bolo. Like it's, you've been covered up. When you are angry at God, when you complain against God, why doesn't God help us? Why don't? It's kufr. My aunt used to remind me when I was in Karachi. And so we're not even allowed to say these things to ourselves. We're supposed to lie about our feelings. This is shaitan. No, this is kufr. My soul has enticed me. My soul is bad. My soul has done so many sins that even I don't know how many. Only Prophet Muhammad knows. I'm not going to give in right now. Maybe the Shias will hate me for this. I was killed in Karachi. This is my, I don't know, I'm just living like a dead person. I lost so many years. It could have been reincarnation with my beloved principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar. My whole case was, you know, messed about like anything. They played with my heart. They wrenched my heart apart. I'm not going to give in to your fears, whether it comes from Shias. Don't say anything about Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, and don't say anything. What about the lives that your Sayyid Shias have ruined in Karachi, my life? Not only Sunni Muslims. You don't care? If you don't care, please don't come here. You care for your religion, stick to your religion then. But your religion, even Shias, you are told to lie, or that I should respect your imams who are liars, that I've caught them lying. I'm not going to. Do what you have to do. They cut me into pieces. That Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi in London मजे कर रहा है अपनी वाइफ के साथ, अभी छीन लिया दूसरे कजन से, अली वाला कजन. ये फातिमा का बेटा था. Every Thursday night, I am Fatima Zahra, your mummy will go to hell and this and that. What nonsense. You will go to hell. So this is my madness. I mean, how much patience? No, I'm telling you that this man's daughter Fatima also stole fadak from the Jews. She took fadak from the Jews. They stole it. Prophet Muhammad's daughter, Fatima the Zahra, the you call, stole Fadak. She encouraged it, and they were after it like anything. And this man, when you know very well, Shias, when you were telling me that he marries widows from the war, what are they? They are not slaves. No, he married as Safiya bin Josh. You know that very well. Don't try to cover it, cover Shia Islam with your lies. Yes, if you're trying to tell me that Shia, that Islam doesn't stand a chance, that's not true Islam coming from the Umayyads, from the Abbasides. I can understand. I don't know where you're coming from, some of you. If this is Aramaic or what, or our Imams, then the Sunnis are going to run to Shia Islam. No, no, they're going to say, I don't know what your intention is, your motive is. Since your Sayyid has killed, wrenched our hearts, Sayyid Yusuf said, if Fatima Zahra did not come to help us, her voice was coming. Another Sayyid told me, one Sayyid after another Sayyid. Another Sayyid told me, then this is not Fatima Zahra's voice. Like after 10 years, no, we have the same Quran, Shia Sunni, have the same Quran. If this Quran is with Imam Mahdi, it's too late, isn't it? Please look at this. People's lives have been shattered. One lady in my mother's area, Imam Barga, told me that her son is not well. When? When will I be helping my Shias? I pleaded to that Fatima Zahra, Prophet Muhammad's daughter. Nothing happened. We go on. Another lady told me, my son is after money. He took my building. Shia, we have problems in our communities. We could not, I couldn't help her. I prayed for her, but nothing. Injustice was done. So I looked at Ismailis. Baba, Imam is not coming, our Imam is not coming. Lives have been taken, they're shaheed. You say they are shaheed, okay. At least don't let me trouble another soul here. Then what do I get? That schizophrenics are trouble causers. Then what happens is that I see popping out on YouTube a mental illness day and such a great discussion on the Shia, Shia, this thing. So if you want to hold on to your religion, I don't know how to say this. If I can say this, I'm just taking some time. You see, you may say that we have been tested. You will grieve yourself to death. They will not believe. And you say if you that you believe that you will not be tested. And this is Imams have gone through it. Bibi Zainab, हर एक का bar उठा रही थी. She was taking each and everyone's burden and consoling them in Karbala. So I was in prostration in that Noha, you know. begging God. Uh, uh, which Noha was that? In Karachi, I was playing that Noha. Oh Lord, please help my principal. Take my life. May I be able to uh, be patient? But no, I was not. I was breaking down in cars. My driver was driving. I couldn't take it. Like, why didn't you turn there? I was having these terrible nervous breakdowns. And I was not representing patience, a good Muslim. I was pleading to God that, look, my Shia Islam is also, I don't want to give a bad name. Help me, help me. You know, in Pakistan, how it is. I thought that some uh, uh, extremists were after us, terrorists, doing some black magic or something on me. And they wanted me to misbehave in the most terrible way. Like I started to abuse, bedridden at times. When I was bedridden, like I could get up, but not much, hardly. So this, like I was praying to God that God, please help me uh, take this thing away from me, remove this sufferance from me, so that I may be a good Muslim, good daughter. When my mother was alive, it was not working. I could not save my mother. I could not save myself. And here it is, what I'm doing here now. And this will not stop. I'm sorry. Uh, so I don't think Shia Islam will solve the problems either, our problems. So I was trying to search for that same ayat which says that Prophet Muhammad, which I had found earlier on in the live stream, discovering online other things, among other things, apart from what I had come to show you, uh, share with you my findings. So I found this ayat that he does not withhold, that is, i.e., Prophet Muhammad would not withhold information, knowledge. And you know how important knowledge is in Islam. So when I was trying to search for that verse, I found articles and hadiths that he would not withhold knowledge. So what I found was, let me show you here. He would not withhold knowledge. So I went to that um, other verse which says that the knowledge of the soul we have given you but little. See, I could not find the Quran ayats, and what I found was guidance, hadiths, articles, other verses. And so, in a Pakistani newspaper, here I found how important knowledge is, and in these hadiths, right? If knowledge is so important, then why did God withhold? And it says in the Quran ayat that of the soul knowledge we have given you but little. And we have all these excuses that when he withholds knowledge, he does it for our own good. So if we find out everything, we don't have that thing to take it. Oh, here it is. And he is not niggardly the knowledge of the unseen. Surah 81, verse. This is the Shia website. Surah 81 in it. 24. So there's intercession. I have come to you with a sign from your Lord. I will create for you out of clay. This is for Jesus. Quran ayat, Surah 349, ayat 49, and also see Surah 5, ayat 110. And he's not niggardly. Allah removes what he wills and confirms what he wills, and with him is the essence of book. He said, knowledge of that is with my Lord in a record. uh, to accept. Please, I'm doing this because I've realized that to depend on a Sayyid Shia, you know what is like Bibi Fatma Zahra, what she was for us. She, I was told that Prophet Muhammad used to stand up when his daughter would enter a room where he was. He would stand up for his daughter. She was Kauthar. To some Sufis, she's the creatrix. Sufis. She's Noor Ilahi. A Sayyid told me that you can't touch Bibi Fatma Zahra. If you touched her, you will. She's like you would burn. You would burn yourself. These are all like Gnostic things that they found out somehow. And he, Muhammad, is not niggardly, the knowledge of the knowledge of the unseen. So he's not niggardly of the knowledge of the unseen, right? But then why does God say, oh, thank God I found it. Thanks to the Shia's website, I found it. Here it is. Can you see this? And how important knowledge shall how shall I go about it here? Wait, copy. So opening another tab here. Please have a look at this. Because you could kill me. I'm trying to save you. And what I've learned is that never even to trust a Pakistani Shia Sayyid. Please, another one told these people I've known that there's a black magic on you. Another Sayyid. And he embezzled them. Nothing happened. He took the money. He took like half a lakh of Pakistani rupees at that time when, I wouldn't give that much money. My father would say, no, no. If someone asks you for that kind of money, no, no, this is not right. There's no jadoo shadu on you people. And the person asking for money is wrong. It's not a true Shia Sayyid. True Shia, let alone Sayyid. And he was a Shia Sayyid. This person told me, sorry to burst your bubble, because she herself was a Shia, not a Sunni. That, oops, I'm back to this. So where's the Quran ayat here? Do you see this ayat? It's from the Quran. So the ghaib knowledge, you can go to the Shia website again. I think shiachat.com. Unseen knowledge has been, he's not niggardly. If he's not niggardly, then you see your minds. This is why I wonder what was wrong with these uh, prophets. You see, the mind is so uh, something is wrong with our minds. We try to reason. Who said, trying to reason about, no, no, like trying to, not that kind of a reason. No, no. The mind is the culprit. So overall, I found out, and then Jiddu Krishnamurti, that mind is the culprit. Jiddu Krishna, I found out long before reading Jiddu Krishnamurti. I think I was in St. Joseph's College. Those years when I found out that mind is the culprit. Mind gives reasons, excuses. So see, knowledge is so important. Knowledge, importance of knowledge, knowledge, importance. Just taking a shortcut. In Islam, if I haven't made this, if it's not interesting for you, knowledge, importance, Islam. You see how important knowledge is. Every Muslim is obligated to seek knowledge regardless of their gender, age, ethnicity, social status, and more. Simply Islam.academy. Do you see this? Please, I don't intend to uh, make any copyrights infringements, however you may say it. Importance of seeking knowledge in Islam. iuhk.org. 3 reasons why we should seek knowledge. Muslim.sg. All these. The importance of knowledge in Islam. Seeking knowledge. Where are you going out seeking knowledge? If you're seeking knowledge, from whom are you seeking knowledge? Anywhere you can go, you can learn from a scientist who is a kafir, who is a heathen. We must have knowledge about what is permissible and impermissible in daily life. A person must also learn how to purify their hearts and deeds. Right? Yes. QuranReading.com, for sure. So, know thyself. And that saying is also attributed to Prophet Muhammad somehow in some hadith. I don't know which hadith, which source it is. And then what are we told here? We have, but we have given you. So of course I'm going to go to India. If they know something about the soul, we have given you but little knowledge. I want to know about the soul. I want to know about God. I read Mullah Sadra. I read others about the essence of God. We cannot know the essence of God. We have given you but little knowledge. And what authority do they have? So they're going on philosophy. They apply God knows reason how they reach what they know. Quran ayat. If in this condition that you have brainstormed and know how I can make this interesting, please let me know, because I've brainstormed and I can't make it. I can't. My mind doesn't work. How to make this thing interesting for you? And they ask you about the spirit. Say, like in my condition, if you have, if you can tell me uh, how I can, with the impediments that I have. And they ask you about the spirit. Say, the spirit is of the command of my Lord, and in no way, no way have you been brought of knowledge except a little. So when you read the Sunni hadiths and when you read the Shia hadiths, the Imams may tell you something else about this. Sunni hadiths were told that someone asked Prophet Muhammad and he said about the spirit, and he said that this verse came down. So God has withheld this knowledge from us. Why? When knowledge is so important in Islam. In Surah Taha, what is the prayer? Sorry, I cannot put these ayats together. I just couldn't. It would have been more interesting if I had. Where the ayats say knowledge is important, which ayats this and that together for you to see. I might be doing it later. But for now, I could not. Sorry. So where is it now? Surah Taha, Rabbi. Oh Lord, increase us. No, no, increase me in knowledge. It's not like how the Christians pray us. And the church, our Father, increase us in knowledge. So there may be some elements of Shias who, want to push you into Shia Islam. You see this? This is tribune.com.pk. I don't want to go there. I don't want to infringe any copyrights issues of Pakistanis. Surah Taha, verse 114. Um, Exalted is Allah, the true King. Do not rush to recite a revelation of the Quran, O Prophet, before it is properly conveyed to you, and pray, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. So, however, the Shias may take this, that through him we are told, that's why every Shia has to pray, oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge. And Prophet Muhammad has said, the city of knowledge, I am the city of knowledge, and Ali, Ali is the gate of this city of knowledge. So हम नजफ में आए हैं Rabbi Zidni. How is it said here in Arabic? Rabbi Zidni ilman, ilma. O Lord, increase me in knowledge. Some prophet, no, O Muhammad, do not. So yes, Muhammad has to pray. My Lord, increase me in knowledge. And he's taught, this is what he's taught his Muslims. This is his prayer. This is the prayer that God gave him, like God, we are told, gave the. Okay, don't bring the Christians in this, please. I don't want to pick on the Christians, but since I also did some Christianity back in Karachi to find out whether Christianity is true and all this, right? So I don't mean to pick on Christians either or attack them or, go from my religion to there to find an excuse. And so I would say, as a Shia, but I wouldn't publicize it. I mean, this is the best prayer. Not give us, I mean, I'm not going to compare because I don't like it when others do that, when Muslims compare Christianity to Islam. But overall, I mean, the overall thing, this monotheistic religion, but I'm not going to put Christianity down because, yeah, things, when it happens, you may not know what my intentions are, where I come from, and then you'll tell me someone will come here and we can't even trust the YouTubers here. Anyone can come and say, oh, that day, you see, okay, that day you said this, and so now you're saying this, and you put the Christians down. And but here you're saying, thank you, Christians, for the truth, Dr. Lloyd, and like that. So, okay, the azan is on. I will come back later, continue when I can, able to. I also need a break. Thank you very much for being here.